Welcome to the AI Automations for Business podcast. We're your hosts, Katie and Noel, and we'll be discussing how you can use AI for your business along with the latest news, updates, and automations to help you stay ahead of the curve, allowing you to grow and scale your business more efficiently. Please be sure to subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast episode. I've got Noel here. Hi, Noel.
Oh, glad to be back again.
Yes. So as we are recording this, which is the start of April 2025, I'm not joking, for the last week, Noel has done nothing but chew my ear off about AI updates. Honestly, guys, it's been a lot. You've been excited, haven't you?
Yeah, there's been a lot of really, really good updates. I know we're going to touch on just one today, but there's been so many. It's hard to keep up with.
So as you know by the title of this podcast, we are going to be talking about the OpenAI update, which was all about images. And Noel has had a lot of fun playing around with the stickers.
Too much fun. I've lost so much time.
I mean, I think everyone who knows Noel has had stickers sent to them.
Yeah, I've had people requesting stickers going, here's an image. Could you do me a sticker with this image, please? Oh, it's gone crazy.
And then sometimes, like, you've not even asked for them, but you look at your WhatsApp and Noel sent you a sticker. That's what's happened to me. Yeah. So to say you've been having fun is an understatement.
Definitely. Yeah. It's a really cool tool. Yeah.
So do you want to tell our lovely listener about it?
So you always know when OpenAI have got a good announcement to make because they roll out the CEO, Sam Altman, as part of the video to, introduce this feature. And I thought, well, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. You knew that straight away when you were like, oh, Sam Altman doing the update. And you were like, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be a good one. Yeah.
Absolutely. But essentially what they've done is they've allowed you to create images within the 4.0 model within ChatGPT. So if you've currently got a Plus or a Pro account, you can just go in there and say, hey, get me an image of whatever you like, hit enter, and it'll go away and then use that brand new image model that they've released and, create those images. But what everyone seems to be using it for, and what they demoed, was you could give it an image of somebody, or an object, and then go, right, turn it into a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
The outputs are incredible. They're so really good. Like if you say based on The Simpsons, it would do that spot on every time. It would look just like a proper character. Yeah,
I would say this is the best AI images that I've seen being produced.
Yes. I think some of the photorealistic is still a little bit behind some of the models.
Yeah.
When it comes to like
the cartoon version, I mean.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
Yeah. Any illustration type.
Yeah.
They beat everybody. But I think they're just that little tiny bit behind when it comes to photorealistic.
Yeah, I agree with you. The illustrations are brilliant, but the photos are not good. So I am in the process of updating my podcast. I'm just changing the name. So I want new podcast art. And I asked ChatGPT to, come up with some new cover artwork for me. And I, gave it some photos. And the photo I actually ended up using on the podcast art doesn't even look like me. I'm like, how can you mess this up? I've literally given you, I think I gave it 5 photos of me, and the photo it produced, I mean, it does look like a human, but it does not look anything like me.
No, not even if you squint.
No, not even if you squint. It looks like a completely different person. Who is this person running Katie's podcast? Don't know. Never seen her before in my life.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of other better image models for doing that sort of stuff that are already out there. So I think they're definitely behind. Yeah, it won't take them long to catch up, I don't think.
So what would you say are the better platforms for like the photo realistic images?
There's a few. So I use a platform called replicate.com, and that gives me access to all kinds of different image models. But I usually find that the Flux models are usually really good for photorealism.
Okay.
And on the Replicate platform, you can do what you did with ChatGPT and upload a load of images of yourself, and then it will actually, it will create images that look like you, and that
Yeah.
does a better job. But yeah, I did make one error with doing that because you can give it like a trigger name for when you're creating them with Influx. So I just used my name as Noel. So that's fine. I'm not going to use that anywhere else in a normal sentence. And then every image that came out was Christmas related.
Brilliant. And that is your favourite thing, Noel, isn't it? Christmas.
I
Not.
know, not even born then.
For those of you who do not know this piece of information, and not many people will know this, is because Noel has a Christmassy name, it makes him dislike the festive season a little bit because his name is everywhere and he always gets asked the same question. It must be your birthday soon. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm born in May.
Yeah.
But I've worked on him over the last 15 years and he's a bit more jollier around the festive period now, everyone.
Yeah, I do get that. Um, right, I suppose should we go into how we can automate this sort of stuff?
Yes. So obviously we've been talking about these really cool illustrations, not so much the photo, but we want to know what we can actually do with them as a business, because we don't want to do things that are just, fun and, things that we can send to our business friends, which is all great and a barrel of laughs, but what can we actually do with them as a business?
Yeah, so just to be really clear to start off with, the new OpenAI image model isn't yet available on the API, so we can't fully automate that just yet. You can semi-automate it. You could download the images and put them in Google Drive and then use it that way. But there are other tools like replicate.com that allow you access to all of these different image tools and things like that. So there's lots that can be done. And I thought I'd talk about one this is probably the first automation that I built myself without any sort of assistance or YouTube tutorial. And that was to create a digital content on Etsy. So I was creating digital art using an online AI tool and then automatically creating all of the listings and publishing everything, and then also linking that into print on demand. So it's really, really powerful how that sort of stuff works.
So what you're saying, Noel, is what you can do is open up an Etsy shop using AI automations.
Yes.
So you could use these illustrations to sell on Etsy.
Yes.
So are you actually able to do that even though you haven't created the image, have created, or OpenAI have created the images, you're able to sell them on Etsy?
Yeah, it all kind of depends on the license of the image generator. So some of them, they do have special licenses and say it can't be used for commercial use and things like that. But most of the main ones are all open source. You can use them wherever you like.
Okay, so the best thing to do is just double check before you're using a platform to generate these images that you are legally allowed to resell them on.
Yes, definitely, yeah. And I know Etsy was they tried to crack down on AI's content and things like that, but yeah, it's just so vast, I don't think they really got round to it.
Okay.
So yeah, I wouldn't say that you would be penalised for using AI content. It's kind of just make it maybe make it aware, put it in the description kind of thing that this is AI content.
Yeah. And why were Etsy clamping down on AI generated images? Was there a particular reason?
I just think they were just getting a massive influx of shops just springing up and selling all kinds of digital images, and there was hold on a minute, we need to reel this back. I guess they're kind of more like the crafty sort of side.
Yeah, crafty, handmade. But I do feel like, though, probably in the last 5 years, Etsy has completely changed, because obviously so many people are on there selling digital products and planners and printables and things like that. So yeah, I feel like the landscape of Etsy has changed dramatically in the last 5 years.
Yes. And the one thing I originally created a online store that was selling digital art long before I knew about automations. And basically, you would go off to a platform, create the image, and then I just got really frustrated because then I'd have to fill out all of these forms. Say, well, this is the description, this is, the title. And
Oh
that's then
yeah,
got
there's a
to
lot
be
to fill out, isn't there, when you're setting up a shop on Etsy?
there's so
Yeah.
much, and then you got all the tags. So you got 13 tags to populate. It just became a right nightmare. And then I spotted on Make.com that they had a module for Etsy, and I was like, oh, this could sound good.
Yeah.
And what I was doing then was creating the images and saving them into a database or a spreadsheet, whatever. And I would then feed that through an AI and then say, look, this is the image I've created. Can you create the title? And I want the title to be specific for Etsy and things like that. So to include keyword rich and, to be, easily searchable
Yeah.
and things like that. And then that would automatically do all that. It would do all the descriptions, do all the tags. And then all I had to then do was just link that data into the Etsy module and then just run it. And it was done. It was so much easier than
Amazing.
doing it manually. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you could do like a listing every, probably every 2 minutes for end to end for
Right.
running it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it take about 10 minutes normally?
Yeah. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've got a lot of products to sell, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to use these images to set up a Etsy shop, and you can either
Mhm.
sell them as like the illustrations, like as a poster, or as stickers.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you're going to run all the setup with the listings through AI, correct?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. That's going to do all the thinking for all of the text within your shop or for that listing. Everything else is kind of moving data around between Etsy and wherever you're storing the data and things like that. I think the only thing you really need to do manually is probably upload the downloadable image, if it is a downloadable
Yep.
thing that you're selling. But you can also link it into Printify and things like that. So you could have the Printify module in Make.com, and then once you've set up your product within Printify, you can then, it can then automatically create those physical product listings as well. So you're not just restricted to selling the digital image
Mm-hmm.
as a download. You can put that on a mug if you want. It's so easy to do.
Yep. And you wouldn't have to be like, okay, I've got an order come in. Now I have to go to Printify and then order it. It would automatically do that and then send it directly to the customer.
Yeah, so the way so there is an integration with Etsy and Printify already, but that's more for the order fulfillment. But what we
Yeah.
do in the automation is for the product creation.
Okay.
So once that's done and then linked into Etsy, it just then runs on automatic anyway. So yeah,
Okay.
it's really, really quick.
So can you tell us what tools you used to set up that automation for Etsy? So like step by step.
So the first tool I use is obviously Make.com, but that's got all the Printify and Etsy modules that are already there, already pre-built, ready to go. And I also used a tool called Airtable, so it's a bit like Google Sheets, and that was there just to store the information. And then I was using Replicate.com for the images, and then OpenAI just to do to do all the hard work, to do all the listing information.
Okay. So make.com, Replicate, Airtable, and OpenAI.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Nice and easy.
once it was in Etsy and Printify already talk to one another.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, within the flow, you would create the Etsy listing, you would create the physical products in Printify, and then once all of that automation's done, then there's that direct link for your sales and delivery and all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
So actually, once you've set up that listing, you
Mhm.
don't really have to do anything.
Nothing. You're done.
Wow.
You can go on to the next one.
Yeah. So even when you get orders in, it's already been fulfilled
Yes.
because Etsy and Printify already talk to one another. So there's
Yes.
nothing to do on your end. So you're not, having to create the mugs or print out the stickers yourself? All it's all done.
Yeah, all fulfilled, given straight to the customer. And the way
Wow.
Etsy works with its pricing is it can take so when you've gone through the automation side and you've created the product using the automation, it would then feed back the pricing structure into Etsy. So if you're in the US and you order from a UK store, then you know that the dollar amount is correct as well as the delivery charge as well.
Yeah.
So all of that's all sorted out for you. So you don't really have to do anything.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. And how did you get on? Because Noel, you used to sell digital art, didn't you, on Etsy? And how did you find you got on selling it?
So I got on all right to start off with. Obviously, I wasn't marketing any of it at all. So that's,
So
I
you
didn't
were
really have.
only on Etsy, you weren't promoting it anywhere else?
No, no. I wanted to, but then I just didn't have the time to. But
Yeah.
even so, just doing that, I was making probably, well, for the digital side, I was selling those for a couple of dollars each. And, I'd easily make $50 a month.
Okay.
So, with a bit of time and effort to market and, and do that sort of stuff, then, you can, easily scale.
Yeah, because I know with Etsy, they like it when you keep adding products to your shop.
Yes.
That's one of the big things, isn't it? Making sure your shop is kept updated.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And the other cool thing about this is if you don't like Etsy or you don't really like the fees that you're going to get charged and how the platform works, you could easily integrate this automation into things like Shopify or WooCommerce or anything that you can just chop and change those out.
If you're willing to do the promotion yourself. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Or if you're more familiar. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant, amazing. So that was a really awesome update, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the API for the OpenAI image generation. I'll use that all the time then.
Okay, oh gosh. Watch out, everyone's WhatsApp. So if Noel's got
Yeah.
your WhatsApp, watch out.
There'll be stickers galore.
Brilliant. Well, I would love, if you're going to try creating your own illustrations or stickers or just go and have fun and let us know how you get on, come over within our free LinkedIn group. It's AI Automations for Business. Everyone is very welcome to join. So yeah, feel free to come in, put your illustrations and your stickers in there, and let's see what you manage to create. And thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, we would really appreciate if you left a review or leave a comment for us over in the LinkedIn group, and we will catch you next time.